In 1938, Stalin, leader of the Soviet Union, was becoming increasingly frightened of Hitler's Nazi Germany. With Hitler's cold policies, the Nazis first gobbled up Austria. The next in line was Czechoslovakia, which was subdued with the so-called Munich Agreement. After signing the agreement, the Prime Minister of Great Britain, Chamberlain, stated that the agreement meant peace of our time. Stalin had hoped that the West would stop the Nazis, but it seemed Hitler could do as he pleased. But Stalin couldn't just stand by while the Nazi Germany grew stronger and stronger. Stalin was well aware of the ideological differences between Soviets and the Nazis. He knew that the two nations would continue their showdown from World War I. Stalin needed to strengthen the Soviets' position. One of Stalin's biggest problems was Leningrad, modern-day St. Petersburg. It was vulnerably located near the Finnish border, and Stalin couldn't afford to lose the city to the Nazis. Defending the city would be difficult since Soviet Union didn't hold strategically important locations in the Baltic Sea, such as Finland. The idea of Finland allying with Nazi Germany and facing their joint attack would have to be stopped. Finnish Foreign Minister Rudolf Holst received a request for audience by Soviet diplomat Boris Yartsev. Curiously, Yartsev was a relatively low-ranking diplomat, second secretary of Helsinki Embassy, and yet he was authorized by Stalin to bypass his superiors and directly conduct meeting with high-ranking Finnish officials. Yartsev warned Finnish officials that in case of Nazi aggression against Soviet Union, the Nazis would attack through Finnish territory. Therefore, Soviet Union would need a written assurance that Finland would prevent this from happening. Furthermore, Soviet troops would be stationed in southern parts of Finland to help against the Germans. Allowing foreign troops to be stationed within Finland would mean giving up part of her sovereignty. This was not something Finland was ready to allow. Finnish officials told Yartsev of Finland's peaceful desires, but it would not allow any foreign power to violate her borders. For Stalin, this guarantee was not enough. Yartsev threatened that if necessary, Soviet troops would not wait beyond Finnish borders, but instead would meet the Nazis in Finland. Yartsev also made a counter-offer, stating that if Finland would loan strategically important islands in the south, Finland would gain territories from East Karelia. This offer was approved by the Commander-in-Chief of Finland's defense forces, Mannerheim, but he was ignored. The Finnish government once again said no. Yartsev negotiations were over, achieving nothing concrete. Finland had remained stubbornly rejective even though she was still a young and small nation. Stalin's desire to strengthen Soviet Union's positions in the Baltic Sea and securing Leningrad was rejected. For Stalin, the fear of the Nazi Germany still persisted and he needed to achieve his goals by other means. In autumn of 1939, Stalin took a huge risk and allied with the Nazi Germany. The two nations signed a Molotov-Ribbentrop agreement which included a secret article where it was stated that Finland would belong to Soviet Union's sphere of influence. The agreement freed both nations to strengthen their positions in Europe. The idea of two completely opposite ideologies allying was shocking. However, both nations were merely buying time before the inevitable conflict. For the Finnish, this alliance unfortunately meant that Stalin was able to pressure Finland into cooperation with force if needed. In winter of 1939, Stalin mobilized Soviet troops and attacked Finland. Few months later, tens of thousands of men lay dead in the snow.